it just me, or did like everybody and their mama make a favorites video this month? What's up, guys? April is here, which means it is time for my March favorites. You guys know I always do my favorites like around the first week or so of the following month. So let's get into my March favorites. So let's just start with eyes. For the month of March, I was just like so busy with everything. I had birthdays going on and I was working a lot of hours, so there really was only one palette that I used for like the majority of the month, and duh, the It Cosmetics Naturally Pretty palette. You guys seriously have to go get this palette. Like, it, I don't even know what to say about it. Like, it's just so freaking pretty. Like, it's an all matte neutral palette. There is a transforming pearl shade. The idea behind the transforming pearl shade is that you put the matte down and then put the transforming pearl down over it, and then it turns it into like a pearly or a shimmer look. But I really don't use it for that. I just use like the transforming pearl shade I will use like on my lid. But this palette, oh my god, you guys just have to go get it. Literally, these are some of the best matte shadows I have ever used in my life. Like, they're not chalky, they're not dusty, like they barely pull anything up. Like, you know when you take like a fluffy brush into a matte shadow and there's like dust all over? This does not do that. Meaning these are just some bomb shadows. So here's just a swatch. Let me move over because I'm going to close up. I'm going to watch it all up in my grill. They are just so buttery and so creamy and so nice. Like, I just seriously, I can't say enough good things about it. You guys seriously have to go get it. I have seen this palette in so many people's favorites this month, and there's a reason for that. Yeah. All right, on to favorite foundation combinations. For foundation this month, I've really been loving this combination here. I've been mixing the Estee Lauder Double Wear in, what is the name of this? Fresco, and then the CoverGirl Outlast in Buff Beige. This one's too light for me, this one's too dark for me, so I've been mixing them. I swear to God, I mix this CoverGirl with everything, and it just makes whatever foundation I'm using like that much better. I don't know what it is about it, and to be perfectly honest, like, I've never used it on its own because I keep buying the color that's too light for me, because I'm always mixing it with something else, which is ridiculous, I know. But I think what I'm going to do is go out and get like the color that actually matches my face, because I mean, it's got to work on its own, right? Like, every time I mix it with another foundation, like, it's just bomb. Yeah, so that's my favorite foundation combination for the month, is these two. I know last month I said I was into like really dewy, glowy skin, but I just can't do it. I can't do it with all the texture that I got going on with my skin this month. It just accentuates that texture. So this month is matte all the way. So for my next favorite, I have really been digging the Benefit Big Easy BB cream. This has like pretty decent coverage. I feel like if I didn't have acne scarring, then I could totally use this on its own and it would be like a decent amount of coverage as far as like for running around from day to day. This is a liquid. It says this multi-balancing complexion perfector melts into skin like a cream, yet finishes lightweight and smooth like a powder. So it's a liquid to powder formula. Now, I've been taking this, and actually, if you guys watch Wayne Goss, if you don't watch Wayne Goss, you need to go watch him, Goss Makeup Artist. A couple of weeks ago, I saw him do a video on like, oh, the best foundation trick you'll ever learn. And it was, he had said to take your moisturizer and put it on and then powder it and then go in with your foundation. And supposedly it was supposed to make your foundation last longer and yada, yada, yada. So he said that if you want more coverage, you can use a BB cream. So I was like, let me try this, let me try this. So I've been putting this on and then powdering with my MAC MSF and then going in with the foundation combination I just talked about. Oh my God. The man is a god. He's a genius. Like this and then powder. This with powder, especially my MSF, gives me like decent coverage. But then when I put foundation on top of it, it's like, hello, coverage. I don't have any problems with it breaking up through the day. I don't have, like, you know how sometimes it'll get splotchy and just weird looking, or like, I don't know. You would think that putting a BB cream on that is liquid to powder and then putting a powder on and then putting foundation on top of that would be just like total freaking cake face. But I swear to you, it's not. You guys have to try it. It's like amazing. It totally makes my foundation last longer. Like, I am not one for primers. The only types of primers that I use are like pore filling primers. I don't really use like a hold your foundation on primer because I don't think they work. I have yet to run into one that has actually prolonged the wear of my foundation until now. So yeah, loving that. Now the next favorite I have is an older but a goodie. It's my Urban Decay Primer Potion, and the reason why it's not a favorite because of being like an eyeshadow base, but it's a favorite because I've been putting it in my eyebrows before I go in with my Anastasia Dip Brow. Holy freaking cow. Like, I used to do that when I used to use the Anastasia pencils. Like, I would put this in my brows and then run my pencil through it just to make my pencil last longer. But I don't know why I ever stopped doing it either, because I totally forgot how freaking bomb it is. If you put this in your brows, it acts as a gel. It acts as a primer. So if you're somebody like me that doesn't have any eyebrows, or you don't have a tail, or whatever the case may be, if you just have really sparse eyebrows and you want something that's really long lasting, if you stick this on your brows and then put the Dip Brow, which is like smudge proof, budge proof, waterproof, all that proof on top of it, like, it's amazing. My brows have never looked better since I started doing this combination. Like, I'm totally freaking loving it. Loving it. Alright, so next on the list is a moisturizer. This is the Simple Replenishing Rich Moisturizer. The reason why I love this is because there's no SPF. Like, I know you're supposed to have SPF, and I know it's like super important, but for me, I freaking hate SPF. It burns my eyes. It breaks my skin out. It makes me feel greasy. Like, I hate it. I've yet to find a moisturizer with SPF in it that doesn't, like, do all of the above. That's why I like this. It's it says 12-hour moisturization. I don't know about all that, but the reason why I love it so much is because I can put this on my face 100 times a day and it never feels greasy. It never feels like I have moisturizer on my face. Like, it's one of those, you know, when you come across those moisturizers that actually penetrate your skin and don't sit on top of it, that's what this is. It is a little pricey. It's like $13.99 or $12.99 at Ulta or Walgreens, or you can get it pretty much anywhere. It's probably a lot cheaper at Walmart, but I've never looked for it at Walmart. But I just freaking love this stuff. I love it. Now, next on the list is a blush and bronzer combo from e.l.f. I went to Meijer's. If you don't know what a Meijer's is, it's almost like a Target. It's like a big grocery store. We don't have a Target in our town, but we have a Meijer's, so it carries like clothes and groceries and, you know, makeup and electronic. It's Target. It's basically Target. Not as good as Target, but it's basically Target. So our Meijer's started carrying e.l.f. There is nowhere in my town that carries e.l.f. cosmetics, and Meijer's just started carrying it. I was so freaking through the roof. Like, it's only like a little 3-foot by 6-foot section, but I don't care. I was so freaking excited when I saw it. So one of the first things I bought was this blush and bronzer, like contouring brush and bronzer duo in St. Lucia. And I think this is supposed to be like the Laguna Orgasm dupes or whatever. The blush is like, but the bronzer in here is freaking amazing. Like, I absolutely love the bronzer in here. Like, it's got a little bit of a sheen to it, but it's nothing too bad. I've really been into like bronzing my face lately more than like, you know, sharply contouring, and this just does it for me. I freaking love it. So it looks like this. It's a really, really good brown. It's just, I don't know, I love it. It blends out really well. It's awesome. Keeping along with blushes and bronzers, last month I had a Milani blush in my favorites, and it was Luminoso. But this month, it's two of them. So these are the Milani baked blushes. If you've never tried these, like, you need to go get them. They're like $6. I bought Rose d'Oro and Dolce Pink. This Dolce Pink is freaking amazing. It's like, it's like a pink colored blush with like gold and kind of silvery specks running through it. It's, look at it. Look at it. Oh my God. And then the Rose d'Oro is like almost like a rose gold, but this is like the Rose d'Oro is going to be so pretty in the summer with a tan. Like, you guys just have to go get these. Like, you don't need to highlight with these. They're so shimmery, and I don't want to say shimmery because that makes it sound like glitter, but it's just like, they just have the most beautiful freaking sheen to them. Like, these are amazing blushes. I'm probably going to go buy the whole line. Like, no shit. Next thing on the list, in conjunction with that, there is a brush that I have been favoring for the month, and it's this e.l.f. blush brush. Now, this is supposed to be a blush brush, but I don't really use it for blush. However, I do use it for literally everything else. Like, I use this to set my under eyes. I use it to bronze with. I love using it for bronzing down my nose. When I want like a really light contour, I'll use this. I freaking love this brush. I think I'm gonna go buy like 2 more. It was only $3. It's super soft. Now, I haven't washed it yet, so I don't know about shedding and all that, but from what I've seen, like other people talk about, the e.l.f. brushes are like of really, really good quality. So yeah, love this little thing. Now, for 2 things from Lush that I have been favoriting. The first one is the Mask of Magnanimity. I hear so many people raving about this on here that I was like, I gotta get me that. It says packed full of peppermint, kaolin, and scrubby adzuki beans for deeply cleansed skin. I love using this. Like, I feel like it calms the redness down in my skin, and just like, I don't know, like my skin just feels like so refreshed after using this. I've only been using it probably about once a week since I got it, and I still have like a crap ton left. Like, it doesn't, these little tubs don't look like much, but there's actually a lot in there. So the next thing is this ocean salt scrub. I absolutely love this. The reason I like this one so much is because the sea salt that's in it is like a really fine sea salt, and when you're exfoliating with it, the granules dissolve like pretty quickly. So it's kind of like a scrub that you can't like over scrub with, just because the granules do dissolve pretty quick, and that's why I like it, because I do have a tendency to over scrub my face. Sometimes I like to scrub it off. So, 2 more things. The next thing is this. It's a 10. I got this. Well, I got the other one, but I don't have it up here. Ulta was running a special. If you spent $20, you got the free It's a 10 with keratin, and now they're doing like the little bottle. The It's a 10 with keratin, love it. I used to use this like 2 years ago or something, and I loved it. And then I think I just stopped buying it because it was too freaking expensive. But I had the one with keratin, and I've been using that as a heat protectant, as a spray on my towel dried hair. Like, it's made my hair so freaking soft. I love it. So if you haven't tried the It's a 10 leave-in, go and try it, because it's good stuff. It's good stuff. So the last thing for my favorite, I know this is like a whole bunch. The last thing for my favorites is this freaking brush. This brush came in my Smashbox Full Exposure palette, and let me tell y'all, like, freaking love it. It's basically like a combination between a MAC 217 and a Sigma E25. Like, it's literally like just like the perfect blending brush. It has the perfect size to it. My MAC 217 it's sad. It's really sad. Like, it's dirty right now because I just used it, but this, like, my 217 at one point was this size. Yeah, I need to buy some brushes. But I kind of like how it's like all tapered down, just because it gives me like more precise application. And this one, I can use it for like blending or putting transition down or whatever. But this freaking brush is awesome. And the other side I use for like placing shadow on the lid. Like, I love this freaking brush. Usually when I get brushes and palettes, I'll either keep it in the palette or just like toss it in my cup and never use it. But this one has gotten plenty of use. Like, I am loving this little bad boy. Now, on to the fails. As for fails, like I told you guys, I went and bought a bunch of e.l.f. crap. And out of all the stuff that I bought, I only have like 2 fails. So, not too bad, especially when everything from e.l.f. is like less, $3 or less, or like $6 or less. I think the most expensive thing I got was like $6, so it's not too much of a loss. The first thing is the blush in, look at me, I'm like old, Twinkle Pink. This freaking blush, I thought that when I seen it, I was like, ooh, orgasm dupe, boom. Which I got this before I got the blush and bronzer duo, so I don't know if it's the same blush in here. Actually, let's take a look and see. No, this one's like way more peachy. Yeah. So this blush sucks balls. Like, it is so dusty and so powdery. I don't even know if you guys can see that, but I'll close up. Like, it's just, it's not that pigmented, and it's just really chalky and dry and like, ugh, it doesn't stay on your face. I feel like as soon as I put it on, like literally a half an hour later, it's not even there anymore. Don't get Twinkle Pink from e.l.f. Now, the bronzer that I got, this says Healthy Glow Bronzer in Sunkissed. Now, the reason why I got this is because I thought, ooh, that's probably the full size of the bronzer that was in like the little contour kit. And oh, no, it is not. No. This is no bronzer. This is like a straight up gold highlight. Now, if you had, I probably couldn't use it as a highlight just because I'm a PC pirate, but I don't even know if you guys are going to be able to see it. But I mean, it is just straight up gold. Like, and look at that's the e.l.f. Blush swatch, and that's the bronzer. But yeah, this is gold. I actually just went right for it and started like bronzing my face with it, and my whole freaking face was like gold. It was like on fire, glowing. All right, you guys, so that was it for my March favorites. What do you guys think of the natural light? Like, I was like, oh, it's so nice and sunny out. It's actually like 50 degrees out for once. Finally, good weather is here. But I've never used natural lighting before, so I figured I would just give it a go and tell me what you guys think. Anyways, I hope you guys like this video, and subscribe and like if you are not subscribed, and I will see you in my next one. Bye, guys.